guys, what is YouTube video? Today we are doing Funko News Friday, which is what we do every Friday. Obviously, we have some pretty good leaks to talk about. There's like not too many crazy stuff, but there's some really cool stuff that we will be speaking about. Also, make sure to smash that like button and hit the subscription. Helps the channel immensely, helps out the channel greatly when you guys do comment, especially on my art shorts when you guys are asking what characters you guys want to see, because then it gives me motivation to draw new stuff, and I definitely want to keep trying to do that. So, nonetheless, though, let's switch the chair, talk about these leaks, because again, there is some decent ones, and we'll get to obviously telling you which ones I'm really excited for. And then after that, we also streamed today, which is very nice. We've been kind of holding off on the streams, but we did today. We streamed some Last of Us to continue that platinum grind, which we will get that done very soon, and then we can start a new game. So once that happens, obviously I'll put a poll out and let you guys comment what you guys want to see. But until then, let's enjoy looking at these leaks. Let's show you guys. Alright guys, we have lots of leaks to talk about. Also, if you're the fan, it is summertime, it is hot, so obviously that's why you might hear like the sound of the fan. But let's start with this first set right here, which is basically for the new Jurassic World Rebirth movie, which basically has like they always do, a squadron of dinosaurs. And I see a Mosarius, an Achilles, or I think it's I don't really know, a Distortus, a Titansaurus, a Guts of Colossus. I don't know. I really feel like they just make up a bunch of random names. I don't think these are actual dinosaurs, but there's your basically 6 common wave of the dinosaurs, which is what they do for pretty much all the Jurassic Park movies. They just release like a squadron of dinosaurs. And I know somebody will pick them up. Definitely Top Pops, because he picks up everything when they first drop. Then we get to our next set, which is basically going to be our next set of limited edition Pops that they do. And the way they're doing it is every month they're going to release certain sets of exclusives, basically, which are these like limited pieces ones, which I don't really care for, but nonetheless, it's what they're doing. And so on June 13th, we have Optimus Prime dropping for 1,200 pieces. On June 6th, we'll have Deadpool dropping for 750 pieces. So that already did drop as of, I think, today, I believe. The Predator, the City Hunter one is dropping on June 27th for 3,500 pieces. And then Spider-Gwen and Miles will both be dropping on June 20th for 7,500 pieces right there. So that's your like lineup. I do want those ones. They are just the commons, kind of like pixelated to kind of look like the movie, but I still do want them. I don't know. I'm not going to obviously go crazy and buy these online, but I mean, I might pick them up if I saw them at a convention or something like that, because they are cool, but not cool enough that I want to drop big amounts of money on them. And that is your basically limited edition Pops for the month. Then, like I mentioned, like I said before, this was gonna obviously happen, and I talked about this when I dropped the leaks for the Sonic video and the AOT Pops. I said that probably a little bit later than the week we'll get the obviously exclusive Pops, because every comment set typically has a couple exclusives. Not always, but pretty much always. And right here from GameStop, we're getting Rhino right there. Such a cool Pop. If you ever have the opportunity to meet him, obviously I would love to. And before I was going to get Doflamingo signed, but actually I can get Rhino, because I love Rhino, and he's such a cool character in AOT. Great character development, awesome character in general. And this is obviously a Season 4 look. He looks genuinely so cool. I'm glad we're finally getting one. And that's something with AOT. They do, even though they're very similar, all of them are kind of flying forward with like dust flying forward. I think they still look great, because really what else would you do, especially for like these Pops of them using their ODM gear. Then obviously going to the next set, which is going to be Sonic. We're obviously getting more exclusives. One's a specialty series Funko of a metallic Sonic, and one's and he's obviously running with the dust flying forward. It looks really cool. And then Diamond Edition Silver, which going to Target. And I'm looking over at my comment, because I do have the comment. I swear we are, unless it's a glow. Maybe we have a common, a glow, and now a diamond, which very unnecessary. I feel like with the Sonic Pops, like they go crazy with some of them, but the other ones like this one, you could have him using his powers, something cool, but they never do. However, it's still pretty cool Pops I'll add to the collection, obviously. And I'd love to meet Silver, which I believe is just Bryce. And obviously I wouldn't get Silver signed. I'd get Aaron or Inosuke before Silver, but still a great set. Then next up for our Phineas and Ferb fans, we're getting a first set of Pops, which basically look very disturbing. Phineas, Ferb, and Agent Perry, which is weird because for them, they made them look like the characters do in the show with the the way they did the eyes, and it kind of throws me off because there's obviously they've done it a couple times for not very many, but for certain characters. I just find this one kind of weird because it makes them look like Phineas and Ferb, obviously, but it's just kind of weird because I don't know if I'd classify that as a Funko Pop, if it makes sense. Because if you saw that, none of them look like Funko Pops, obviously. They look like just figurines from Phineas and Ferb. Still really cool, though. Obviously, I enjoyed it as a kid. I wasn't like a crazy fan, but I did enjoy it as a kid. But then, continuing on from there, we should be getting the exclusives of Phineas and Ferb, which are basically going to be of Perry the Platypus, obviously going down to Toy Temple, and then you have Partridge Perry the Platypus going down to the Funko Shop. And they're just exclusives of Perry in them, so it'd be interesting why they didn't do some of the side characters, but, you know, maybe they have plans, but it's still, those look pretty decent. People are upset that the Perry, there's just a chase version of Agent P, But, you know, I digress. You know, if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. You know, I'm not going to complain. Now, this next picture I have is just a kind of a jumbled picture, so you guys are going to have to kind of look around. But basically, we have a new set of Casper pops, more Beetlejuice pops, Magic the Gathering finally getting pops, and then it looks like Ghostbusters, I believe, is getting a new wave of pops. It's hard to tell now. I can't really name the characters per se because it's kind of a very tiny picture. But basically, those are the new sets. Those are sets that are getting new pops. We're not going to go too in-depth on any of those. But any of those, if there are fans, are definitely there, and you can pause the video and go look at this and see what's if any of those sets interest you. Then next up, I did actually just start free rent. I've been starting it. I'm on episode 3 now. We are getting a first look at the common wave of free rent, and obviously Himmel will have a chase. I'm assuming it's going to be him aged. That'd make the most sense. Again, I haven't watched it long enough to see if there's maybe a different variant or form. But basically, we have free rent, Fern, Stark, and Himmel. And he looks so cool. Again, he wasn't like he's just kind of standing. It could be honestly even the statue. That'd be kind of cool if it was like him just in stone. But I don't know what they're going to do for the chase. They haven't really said. And this is also just a back of the box glam. Not really like box art glam. But still looks really great. Then if you guys want to see a prototype, we are getting a Itachi Funko Pop, an exclusive sometime later this year of him doing Fireball Jutsu. Looks pretty cool. Obviously, like I always say, shout out to Skittle, Rampage, Scarlet Joker, Rocco Cyrus, the Funko Insider, Disc Trackers. Pretty much anybody that leaks Funkos because they're the ones that get these like... proto leaks and the box glams and all the other great stuff. And we also do have the Don movie dropping this. It actually drops today, so I'll be watching it this weekend. Probably drop the video on Monday. Very excited. And Ballerina also drops, so make sure to check that out. I do want to watch both of those, and maybe I will watch both of them and then I make movie reviews. I don't really know, but I'm guaranteed to watch both of them. I just don't know if I'm gonna make movie reviews on both of them. Then next up, we do have going to Box Lunch. We have, I don't know, it says on the box her name is Lunch. But Skittle put Launch. Maybe he meant to put Lunch, but it's a Box Lunch exclusive character of Dragon Ball named Lunch with an exclusive chase. Never watched Dragon Ball. That's very confusing. Tongue twister with so many lunches in that whole combination, but still looks pretty cool, honestly, if you are a Dragon Ball fan. Then next up, I do want to showcase off. These aren't Funko Pops, but these are basically, we're getting Lego One Piece sets for the live action, and we're basically getting the Going Merry, Arlong Park, and the Baratier, and then Buggy Circus, and they genuinely look so cool. I mean, they do look like live action like figurines, but I'm just glad we're getting One Piece Legos. I think these look awesome. Obviously, I do want to get the Going Merry. I do want to obviously get the Baratier, and I do want Arlong Park. I think they look genuinely crazy. They are going to be a little expensive, and I might try to get one of the sets, but I don't know. They do look really, really awesome. From the little bits I have seen, they look genuinely so cool. However, after talking about those Legos, that does complete today's video. There wasn't a lot of leaks, but the stuff we did have to talk about was pretty cool, and I'm very excited for most of those sets. I'd love to know in the comments, what are you guys excited for? Tomorrow we'll get out a video, a stream, and a short. We're going to be starting the new art book because yesterday's Kakashi finished off my last page, so we're going to start something new there. Like I said, I do hope you're having a good day, and I will see you guys tomorrow with all that content. Peace.